Well, welcome back to week number 2. I enjoyed our first session. Internet, social media, great points, sites, games, limited access, videos, what teachers should allow and not allow, where you should go and not go, and what happens on things such as Instagram, and then also what you told me, correct? And what did you tell me about it last week?
That it's be monitored and teachers should know what you're doing.
And that's monitored, and that leads me into today's discussion. Today's discussion I have to bring to you guys because it's not one that I like discussing, and it's not one I enjoy having at our school. But yesterday on the playground, I just happened to be on yard supervision, and I noticed a kid playing basketball. It's about 4 kids playing basketball. So one kid was dribbling the ball, and the 3 other kids wanted the ball. So he was about to shoot. So instead of shooting the ball, another kid came up and took the ball from him, ran to the other end and shot. I just thought, oh, maybe they're playing teams, and he took the ball from him, which they do in basketball. So I enjoy basketball, so I kept on watching. So the kid got the ball again, and then another kid took it from him and took a shot. And then the kid, after that, walked off the court and just sat there. And I felt like that wasn't right. So what I did was, after the game or recess was over, I told him to come to me. I'm not going to tell you his name. And he told me that he loves basketball, but he's just not as good as his friends. But his friends make fun of him. And every time they play, they take the ball from him. And it's his ball. He brings it to school because he loves it. He went to a Laker game and his dad bought him a basketball. But he never gets to shoot because his friends say he's so horrible and he's no good and he should just sit down. And they just only let him play because he brings the ball. And what I look at that is, that's a form of being a bully. And there are a lot of bullies in today's society. Or, Sloan, there are a lot of kids in today's society who aren't nice to other kids, and they should be. You could be on the playground and somebody's going down the slide, or somebody won't get off a swing or something because they want to use it the whole period, which isn't nice. You might see it in 8th grade. I mean, sometimes kids don't want to sit with other kids because they don't like the way they dress, or, hey, everybody don't be with me or don't be with them because look at what they do. You might not have certain things or know people who don't have certain things, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to go to his house because he doesn't have that video game, or you guys should all come to my house because I have the latest game and he doesn't. Or pain, it can be things like you're hanging with a group of girls and you guys are doing each other's hair or just giggling and laughing, and then there's a girl who wants to join your group, and then what if you guys were like, oh no, you can't come join our group because your hair is different than ours and we can't do it, so you shouldn't be over here. Or Harper, you might be with a group of friends and you guys are walking on the playground and you're about to go have lunch, and then you realize your friend can't sit with you because they might have hot lunch from school and everybody else bought their lunches from home, and you're like, oh, you have hot lunch, you must be poor or something like that. So there's all kind of forms of being a bully. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
So my question to you is, and it's real simple today, and I want you guys to be open. I'm going to ask you guys a few questions about it, and I want your honest opinion. So, number 1, by show of hands, has anybody in this group ever been bullied before at school? Harper, you been bullied?
Yeah.
When were you bullied?
At lunch.
And what happened?
So when I was walking, so I went out, and then when I was walking, a boy or a guy, I forgot, just pushed me, so it made me fall, and I was buying hot lunch that day, so it fell down, and it
wasn't a good feeling, right?
And it was pasta, so it went in.
It went everywhere. So let me ask you that: being bullied isn't a good feeling, right?
And then you can't go in the cafeteria.
To get a new lunch because you dropped it.
Yeah.
Okay. So did it feel good that happened?
No.
And did you tell anybody about it?
Yeah.
Who did you tell?
I tell Miss Cynthia.
Miss Cynthia, okay. And then did she talk to the people about it?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Now let me ask you that. Harp, so they say pretty much 1 out of every 4 kids in school will be bullied at some time in their life. So then, for example, Harper gave us that example. Now, let me ask you this. Tristan, you have a time that you were bullied?
Mm-hmm.
What happened, sir?
So once I was playing, and there was an event about to happen,
Okay,
but there was a skin in a game for that event,
okay.
and my friends got the skin, but I didn't have it, and I said I couldn't do the event with them because I didn't have a skin.
Okay, and how did you feel? Because you didn't have the skin, how did you feel?
Left out.
Left out. You feel, defeated, like you just wanted to not be friends with them, right? All because of a game or a skin in the game, correct? Now let me ask you this, by show of hands. Has anybody at this table ever bullied anybody in their life? Think hard. I'll raise my hand. You want me to tell you when? So when I was in school, I went to all boys high school. So we used to always tell jokes and we thought it was funny. So we would often just crack jokes on each other. But we never, from our point of view, we didn't think nothing bad of it. It's like, hey, these are my friends. Like, oh, look, you forgot to comb your hair. You look like you have Rice Krispies coming out your hair. Just silly stuff. But it was later in life that I had a friend come to me, like, and a best friend, who was like, man, high school was so hard. And I was like, why? We were boys. You were part of the crew. He said, because I didn't have Nikes and all that. And every time I come to school, people will make fun of my shoes because I didn't have the latest shoe on. And then I would rib back or I would tell jokes on them too. But deep down inside, I didn't like it. Like there were days I didn't want to come to school because I didn't have, say, the latest Jordan or the latest tennis shoe that everybody else had. So I do have to say, yes, I apologize to him as a grown man. Like I was sorry because I took it as just games young people play. But then when you put yourself in that person's shoes, you realize that, wow, I could have done better as a person. All right?
Yep.
All right. Harper, you had some great points. Tristan, you had great points. Now, what I want from the group is, and Sloan, I want to know this also from you. I want to know how we as a school or a community can help end, say, bullies on campus. Or how we can make build a culture at school that allows every kid to feel welcome, warm, secure, and happy to be here. Not isolated, defeated, or neglected, I want everybody, I want it to be an inclusive place. Because that's what school should be. You should come to school and enjoy coming here for whatever reason brings you here, but you should enjoy your experience while you're here. So, Tristan, tell me one way this school can improve an anti-bully campaign.
Make sure that if there's people out in the yard, they can tell the people that are bullying other people to stop, and everyone can make up a game that everyone can play with each other and have peace with them, not fight.
Okay, and let me ask you that. You said there are other people. Would these be like peers? Would these be other students? Or would they be from teachers? So would it be like you and your best friend would be on a committee that if they saw kids being bullied on campus, they would bring these kids together to talk to them as peers? Or would it be like your teachers talking to these students to make up these games to help bring everybody together?
I would tell our teacher and then ask everyone if they want to play a game that no one can bully other people.
That's good. Maybe you can help me create a game. I'd like to talk to you more about that. Brooklyn.
Maybe we could have at our school we have monitoring in the yard and we have check-ins so we'll take a test and it's anonymous and sing if you bully someone or if you have been bullied and what happened and how did they bully you.
Okay, that's good. Harper.
So I think they should have, I'm not trying to be funny, but I think they should have a cakewalk in each room.
A cakewalk?
Yeah.
Tell me what a cakewalk is.
So a cakewalk is, there's a bunch of cakes.
Real cake?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they walk around and they say, ooh, I like that cake. And whoever bets the most money, I give you one, I give you two, I give you 1,000.
Okay.
Give you 1,000. They give you the cake.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm
And how would that help bullying at your school to end bully, sweetie?
and so in each group, and then we collect all the money we have,
Okay.
and we give the bullies $1.
Why would we give the bullies money? Because we didn't want them to stop being bullies, right?
I mean, to give the people
Who were bullied.
who are bullied and trying to help to stop the bullying.
Oh, okay. So
And
like
then-
you would reward them, like a token or a ticket.
Yeah, and then the bullies will probably be felt like they don't get a reward or like get money, so they would be nicer.
Cool. So what you're saying pretty much is, if I have this right, it's kind of like a merit system. If you do well, you'll get a ticket or a merit, which is good, and then it can lead to a prize or something. So it will make you as a student want to do good, stop bullying because you weren't getting any tickets or any prizes. Good job. Peyton?
I feel we should talk and become friends with the bullies because
Okay.
they might be having problems at home.
That is a good point. A lot of people never think about that. There could be something going on at home.
They're bullying other kids to make themselves feel better.
Correct.
Maybe that's how they feel.
Okay.
And they just want to get the stress and all of that burden off their shoulders.
And that is a good point because I do sometimes feel, and just thinking about in general, I think sometimes people do have problems, like of all adults, everybody, that they're mad or frustrated about something and they're taking it out on somebody who they don't really mean to take it out on. And it's more, they are not taking it out on who they should. So, for example, I know sometimes as a parent, I come home and it might have been a long day at work. I might have had 10,000 things to do, grocery shop, cook dinner, and then one of my daughters might be like, "Oh, Dad, I need to." And I'm like, "What do you want now?" And then my "What do you want now" voice has nothing to do with my daughters. It has to do with, "Woo, I'm just tired. I just want 5 minutes to myself." That's a great point, Peyton. I like that. So, what do you think, peers? Do you think it should be like peer mediation? Or do you think like me as a counselor and the students should talk? Or do you think they would open up more to if you had peer counselors?
I feel like if it's just like a little bully, like they knock down their books or like they call them names, then maybe the person that gets picked on should try to be friends with them. But if it's something worse, like actually physically hurting them, then maybe they should talk to the counselor because that maybe that's how like they get treated, or it's something way worse, and the counselor would be most likely to understand more than a child would.
That is good. And Sean?
Well, this is what I used to do in elementary school, where sometime like once every week we'd have these classes where we'd have to write one thing that we liked about each other, like a characteristic, and I feel like just doing that would try to bring out the best thought towards those people instead of negative thoughts about them.
That's good. We used to do icebreakers in my class when I taught. So the first week of school, I do an icebreaker. So you could learn something about everybody in class, and that's something you would hold on to and just know about that person during that time. Well, I've enjoyed this session. I can't believe it's already the second one. We have one more before the end of the school year. One more session. So how can you make kids at your school do what's right?
So how about the bullies like they say something to the other kids? How about the other kids say bad to the bullies because they say bad to the people, and then how about all of the kids like say the bad things to the bullies because they were doing the things?
That does make sense because I think the other kids should let them know that what they're saying is not nice. And if the bully realizes what they're saying is not nice, then we can help them become better students. Okay? Hold up. Are you good? All right. I'll see you guys next week, okay? All right. Bye-bye.
Great.